Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A pleasant morning to each and everyone, especially to you, ma'am. So my name is Hasna P. Mamasasulog, the assigned reporter to the 1899 Malolos Constitution. 1899 Malolos Constitution. After the signing of the truce, the Filipino revolutionary leaders accepted a payment from Spain and went to exile in Hong Kong. Upon the defeat of the Spanish to the American in the Battle of Manila Bay on May 1, 1898, the United States Navy transported Aguinaldo back to the Philippines. The newly reformed Philippines Revolutionary Forces reverted to control of Aguinaldo, and the Declaration of Independence was issued on 12 of June 1898, together with several decrees that formed the first Philippine Republic. The Malolos Congress was elected, which selected a commission to draw up a draft constitution on 17 of September 1898, which was composed of wealthy and educated men. So meaning to say, after or matapos ang kasunduan sa pagitan ng Spaniards at Pilipinas, tinanggap ng bida ng revolusyon ang bayad ng Spaniards at napilitan silang pumunta ng Hong Kong. Nang nagwagi naman ang mga Amerikano kontra Espanyol, ibinalik nila sa Pilipinas si Aguinaldo na siyang nagdeklara ng kalayaan noong 12 ng Hunyo 18 at 78, kung saan binuo ang Malolos Congress na naatasan ng gumawa ng Malolos Constitution noong ika-17 ng Setyembre 18 at 78. Malolos Constitution. Political Constitution of 1899, and formerly known as the Malolos Constitution, was the constitution of the First Philippine Republic. It was written by Felipe Calderon y Roca and Felipe Buencamino as an alternative to a pair of proposals to the Malolos Congress by Apolinario Mabini and Pedro Paterno. Malolos Constitution, it was adopted by the Revolutionary Congress held in October and November 1898 at the Barasoyan Church. On June 23, 1898, the election of the Malolos Congress was held between June 23 and September 10, in which Emilio Aguinaldo was elected president. Kaugnay nito, paano nga ba nabuo ang Malolos Constitution? Ang Malolos Constitution ay kilala sa tawag na Political Constitution of 1899. Ang Malolos Constitution ay ang kauna-unahang saligang batas ng Pilipinas. Ang Malolos Constitution ay sinulat ni Felipe Calderon at Felipe Buencamino. Ito ay pinagtibay ng Revolutionaryong Kongreso na ginanap noong Oktubre at Nobyembre 1898 sa Barasoyan Church. Matapos ang pagpapahayag ng kasarinlan mula sa Espanya at ang pagbabago mula sa pamahalaang diktatorial tungo sa pamahalang revolusyonaryo noong June 23, 1898, isinagawa ang halala ng Kongreso ng Malolos sa pagitan ng ika-23 ng Hunyo at ika-10 ng Setyembre, na kung saan inihalal na bilang Pangulo si Emilio Aguinaldo. Noong September 15, 1898, nagpulong ang Revolutionaryong Kongreso sa simbahang Barasoyan Church sa Malolos. Pagkatapos nito, nagpasya ang Kongreso na bumuo ng saligang batas na siyang tinutulan ni Apolinario Mabini, punong ministro ng pamahalaang revolusyonaryo. Malolos Constitution, approved by the Malolos Congress on November 29, 1898, signed into law on December 23, approved on January 20, 1899, proclaimed by General Emilio Aguinaldo on January 21, 1899, and it was implemented on January 22, 1899. Sinasabi na ang nabuong konstitusyon ng Malolos ay pinagtibay noong November 29, 1898, nilagdaan bilang batas noong December 23, inaprubahan noong January 20, 1899 at pinahintulutan ito ni Emilio Aguinaldo noong January 21. at ipinatupad ito noong January 22, 1899. Ipinahayag ng dokumento na ang mamamayan ay may natatanging soberanin. Ipinapahayag din ang mga pangunahing karapatang pantao, ang paghihiwalay ng simbahan at estado at tumatawag sa pagbuo ng asambleya ng mga kinatawan o pambansang asambleya na siyang gaganap bilang sangay ng legislative. Who is Emilio Aguinaldo? Sino nga ba si Emilio Aguinaldo? Si Emilio Aguinaldo, he is a Filipino revolutionary, politician, and a military leader who is officially recognized as the first president forces against Spain, then in the Spanish-American War, and finally against the United States. He was born on Monday, March 22, 1869 in Kawit, Cavite, Philippines. Si Emilio Aguinaldo, siya ay isang Pilipinong revolusyonaryo, politiko at isang pinunong militar na opisyal na kinikilala bilang unang pangulo ng pwersa laban sa Espanya. Pagkatapos ay sa digmaang Espanyol-Amerikano at sa wakas laban sa Estados Unidos. Siya ay sinilang noong Lunes ng Marso 22, 1896 sa Kawit, Cavite, Philippines. The Constitution has 39 articles divided into 14 titles with 8 articles of transitory provisions and a final additional articles. The document was patterned after the Spanish Constitution of 1812 with influence from the character of Belgium, Mexico, Brazil, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Guatemala, and the French Constitution of 1973. According to Felipe Calderon, main author of the Constitution, these countries were studied because they shared similar social, political, ethnological, and governance conditions with the Philippine prior constitutional project in the Philippines. Also influenced the Malolos Constitution, namely the Cartilla and the Sangguniang Hukuman. The Charter of Lawa and Morals of the Katipunan, written by Emilio Jacinto in 1896, the Biak na Bato Constitution of 1897, planned by Isabel Huertacho, Mabini's Constitutional Program of the Philippines Republic of 1898, and the Provisional Constitution of Mariano Ponce in 1898 that followed the Spanish Constitutions, and Autonomy Project of Paterno in 1898. Sinasabi na ang konstitusyon ay may 39 na mga artikulo na hinati sa 14 na mga pamagat, na may 8 mga artikulo na pansamantalang mga probisyon at panghuling karagdagan ng mga artikulo. Ang dokumento ay huwaran sa konstitusyon ng Espanyol ng 1812 na may mga impluensya mula sa mga karakter ng Belgium, Mexico, Brazil, Nicaragua, Costa Rica at Guatemala at ang konstitusyon ng Pranses ng 1973. Ayon kay Felipe Calderon, pangunahing mga mayakda ng konstitusyon, ang mga bansang ito ay pinag-aaralan dahil sila ay magkakatulad ng panlipunan, pampolitika, etnolohikal at pamamahala. Ang mga kondisyon sa Philippine prior constitutional projects sa Pilipinas ay nakaka-impluwensya rin sa Malolos Constitution, katulad ng Kartilya at Sangguniang Hukuman. Ang katangian ng lawa at moral na katipunan ay sinulat ni Emilio Jacinto noong 1896. Ang Biak na Bato Constitution of 1897 na binalak ni Isabel Huertacho, Mabini's Constitutional Program of the Philippine Republic of 1898, ang Provisional Constitutional of Mariano Ponce noong 1899 na sumunod sa Espanyol, konstitusyonan at mga proyekto ng otonomiya ng Paterno noong 1898. So narito yung tinutukoy kong the 14 titles or ang 14 na pamagat. Ang una ay ang The Republic o ang tinatawag na the Republica or ang Republika. Narito ang tinutukoy kong 14 na pamagat na nahati are the 14 titles. The first one is the Republic o ang Republika. The second one, the government o ang gobyerno. The third one, religion, relihiyon. The fourth one is the Filipinos and their national and individual rights. Ang mga Pilipino at ang kanilang pambansa at individual na karapatan. The fifth one is the legislative power o ang legislative power. The sixth is the permanent commission o ang permanenteng komisyon. Number 7, the executive power o ang kapangyarihang eksekutibong. Number 8, the President of the Republic o ang Pangulo ng Republika. Number 9, the Secretaries of Government, ang mga sekretaryo ng gobyerno. The number 10, the Judicial Power o ang hudisyal na kapangyarihan. Number 11, Provincial and Popular Assemblies. Provincial and Popular Assemblies. Number 12, Administration of the State. Ang administrasyon ng Estado. 13, Amendment of the Constitution or ang amendya ng Konstitusyon. And the last one, or the last but not the least, is the Constitutional Observance, Oath, and Languages. Constitutional Observance o ang mga sumpa at wika. So, yun yung 39 artikulo na nahati into 14 titles. So, yun na yun siya yung tinutukoy ko na 14 titles, yung mga binanggit ko. So now, let's move on to our primary source, preamble of the Political Constitution of 1899. The form of government, according to Title 2, Article 4, is to be familiar, representative, alternative, and responsible, and shall exercise three distinct powers: legislative, executive, and judicial. So, we have the first, the legislative power. What is legislative power? So, legislative power was vested in a unicameral body called the Assembly of Representatives, members of which are elected for terms of 4 years. Secretaries of the government were given seats in the assembly, which meet annually for a period of at least 3 months. So, meaning to say, ayon daw sa Titulo 2 or Article 4, o tinatawag ding ang gobyerno sa ilalim ng Malolos Constitution, ang gobyerno ng Republika ng Pilipinas ay dapat popular o kilala, representative o representatibo, alternative or alternatibo, and responsible. At may tatlong sangay na may iba't ibang kapangyarihan. Ang una ay ang legislative, pangalawa, executive, at pangatlo ang judiciary or judicial. So, ang una ay ang legislative power o ang legislaturang sangay. Dito, pinahihintulutan gumawa ng mga batas, mag-amyenda, at magsawalang bisa ng mga ito gamit ang kapangyarihang ibinigay sa Kongreso ng Pilipinas, kabilang sa Kongreso ang mga kinatawan mula sa mga iba't ibang probinsya ng ilan sa kanila ay inihalal habang ang iba ay tinakda. Naudlot ang pagpapatupad ng legislaturang ito dahil sa pagdating ng digmaang Pilipino at Amerikano. The second distinct power are the executive power. So, executive power was vested in the President and elected by a constituent assembly of the Assembly of Representatives and Special Representatives. The President will serve a term of 4 years without re-election. This was no Vice President, and in case of vacancy, a President was be selected by the Constituent Assembly. So, ang executive power o ang ikalawang sangay ay ayon sa Title 7 or Titulo 7 ay ang executive power ay pinamumunuan ito ng Pangulo na inihalal ng Constituent Constituent Assembly of Representatives and Special Representatives, kung saan ang President ay magsaserve into 4 years na walang magaganap na re-election. At sa powers na ito or distinct power ay walang tinatawag na Vice President. But in case of vacancy, ang President ay magseselect siya ng isa or ilan sa mga Constituent Assembly. So the third one is the judicial power. Judicial power is the authority granted to courts and judges by the constitutions and other laws to interpret and decide based on sound legal principles and rule accordingly. So, ibig sabihin, ang huli or ang panghuling sangay ng distinct power ay ang judicial power. Ito ay may kapangyarihang lutasin ang mga sugalots sa pagpapatupad ng karapatang nakasaad sa batas. Hinahatulan ng sangay na ito kung nagkaroon o hindi ng katumbas na kakulangan o kalabisan ng kapangyarihan sa pamahalaan. So, in this power, distinct power, this power is sila yung may lakas na lutasin yung mga problema o yung mga sugalots sa pagpapatupad ng mga karapatang nakasaad. So, that's the 3 distinct powers. So, that's all. Shukran and wassalam.